Hello, everyone. I'm Ken Mallon, and I am in the wonderful home of Joe Gutierrez, who sits to my left. And we're going to be talking about Joe's candidacy for a board position at CAMFT. Joe, how are you? And Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year to you, Ken. Thanks very much, and thanks for conducting this interview.
No problem, Joe. It's a pleasure to be here. So, board position at CAMFT. You've got a big background. You've worked in marketing. You've international marketing, in fact. You've worked for some time in emergency services. You've done a practicum. You're now doing private practice. It's a very diverse background. What motivates you at this time to get involved in CAMFT?
Well, first of all, CAMFT is, I think, the premier association for people that have their MFT or LPCC. And I first joined for the connections, for the continuing education, for the lobbying support that they provide to help our industry in California. I have a history of board membership and board leadership. Examples would be I was the president of the board of directors for Campfire Boys and Girls in San Francisco. I was on the global marketing advisory board for Microsoft. I'm also on the Santa Clara County American Cancer Society advisory board as well.
So, Joe, tell me, what in some kind of detail qualifies you best for this position?
I'd say hard and soft qualification factors. The first of which I would say is the values of CAMFT align very closely to my values. I'm all about inclusion. I'm all about collaboration. I think that the combination of my business and clinical psychology backgrounds complement each other well and make me well prepared to understand the content of the needs of the CAMFT membership and also how to navigate complex political environments such as the BBS, the licensure board, of course, and then local, state, and federal regulators.
So this position that you're a candidate for involves being the representative from the pre-licensure side into the board. How do you think you might impact the board just kind of generally? I mean, they certainly want more membership. They can use people with your kinds of talents. How do you think you might generally impact the group?
Well, I would be on the board to represent the overall needs of all the constituents in the organization. I mean, if you think of everybody that ever gets their MFT is for at least a year in that category. And there are so many critical areas that need to be thought about, like hours and acquisition of hours and supervision guidelines and restrictions and how we look at those.
Right, Joe. So it comes down to this. People are going to vote, right? And they're going to want to know what are maybe the top 3 takeaways of what makes Joe a great candidate.
I am a great candidate, and I'm really hoping that you all consider voting for me. I have successful experience on boards, in working boards. I am collaborative and work really well in a team environment and network really well. Probably the most important attribute I think I would bring is a strong sense of humor.